So, hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the KP show. So, India has suffered a loss in the second test match of the Border Gavaskar Trophy 2024, which was the pink ball test in Adelaide. However, the series is squared at 1-all for both the sides, and yeah, plenty of action coming up. And as we all predict, Gabba could be the decider of this series because India most likely will play better in Melbourne and Sydney, but yeah, this particular match will decide the course of the series. So without further ado, let's just dive into what are the conditions that are on offer. Pratik, would you like to start with what's the weather forecast on offer for the course of the next 5 days?
Yeah, so the weather forecast is not not very good, and there are thunderstorms predicted for tomorrow. There may be a washout, and it has been raining for the last 2 3 days, especially during the night time in Brisbane for the last 3 days. So let's see what happens. But
Mhm.
it will be any if the match is played, it will be a cool overcast morning.
Yeah. Yep. And to talk about a bit more about the weather, I've been reading reports. Somewhere it says 53% of rain. Somewhere it says 80% of rain on day one. So what we could potentially see is a bit of stop-start kind of a match probably tomorrow and maybe on day two as well. But then after that, the weather is slightly better, but more or less overcast conditions would be prevalent probably for this test match. So that's about the weather, and I have some updates about the pitch conditions as well. So I've been hearing, I've read about what the curator has spoken about the pitch. He told that the last few times, throughout the uh, preparations that they do throughout the year, whenever they do it, they generally prepare it the same way. But towards the end of the season, which was the test match which Australia lost to India, and perhaps towards the similar time they lost to West Indies. It was when the pitch had a bit of slightly more wear and tear, and so the bounce was not as high. But this time, since it is the start of the season, the pitch is expected to be more lively, and it is expected that it will have a lot of bounce as the traditional Gabba surface already always has. So yeah, those are the expectations from the pitch. Now, Pratik, I would like to hear your thoughts on what do you think about the combinations, basically the chances for Australia.
Yeah, Australia will have a good chance coming into this game as they have won the game at Adelaide. And as I said in the earlier video as well, Pat Cummins is going to be the key player for this match because he enjoys bowling a lot in Gabba. And for me, he is the best bowler of the bouncer of this generation. So it is going to come handy for him, and we saw a glimpse of it in the second innings when he got rid of KL Rahul. I think Ashwin also got rid of Ashwin in the same manner as well. So the bouncer barrage will be coming from Cummins, especially at Gabba where the pitch aids bounce a lot. And Pat Cummins in Gabba averages 18 and has 40 wickets in 11 innings, which is a very good start. And then we have Stark and Hazelwood as well. Hazelwood is very good as usual. Hazelwood has 37 wickets at 23, and Stark has 47 at 29. So the pace trio will be licking their lips, and with the kind of weather conditions and pitch predictions, I think Australia is going to come hard at us. And for India, I'd say Bumrah and Siraj will play as they are the senior pros and also in good form. Siraj also looked good in the second test match as well as he was good in the first test match as well. But I think Prasidh Krishna should play ahead of Harshit Rana or Akashdeep on this surface. Given his height and the bounce that he can extract at the Gabba, it will be very helpful for us.
Hmm. Hmm. You talked about the height factor coming into play. Like we all know how height can affect the way you pitch the ball and shoot it off the surface. Especially, we have seen our batters struggle with this particular thing in the last couple of test matches, where if let's say a Pat Cummins is able to get the ball to shoot up off the surface, let's say from a good length, that troubles our batters, and that could even more be the case in Gabba. So we could see a lot of maybe caught behinds or catches to slips and all that kind of stuff. So definitely short ball barrage is coming, and we already saw a hint of it from Pat Cummins in the second innings of the Adelaide Test, where he just crushed all our batters. But yeah, that said, you make a very good point about Harshit Rana and Prasidh Krishna. From the reports that I have been hearing, I think Akash Deep is the one who will be playing this test match. But yeah, it could be a bit of a gamble because you need a bowler who can hit the deck hard. And Harshit Rana or Prasidh Krishna for me would have been a better suited option. But yeah, overcast conditions, you never know. Maybe Akash Deep would be able to get the ball to swing or something. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. uh, yeah, let's talk about a bit about the head to head. Although there's not much to talk about it, India has just won one test match here, and it's been Australia all over. So Pratik, what do you think, India should bat first or bowl first on this surface?
I think they should go with bowl first because, as you see, there has been a lot of rain around, and the pitch has a lot of grass, as you see from the pictures as well. So even if the grass will be removed, of course it will be removed. It won't be as green as they are showing it currently, but there will be a lot of moisture. So the ball will zip around of the surface, and we should make a good use of it. Also, overcast conditions, and if you are playing someone like Akash Deep, who will uh, who will make a good use of the seaming conditions. So I believe India should bowl first and bundle them out under 200 or somewhere around the 200 mark, which is possible at Gabba because the pitch aids the fast bowlers a lot, and our fast bowlers are bowling well. And then we have India has to bat well. If they are batting second, second day, day two, and day three, they have to bat well. Bat well
Hmm.
in the means you have to play out 100 overs. Anything less than 100 overs, I don't think that is going to work a lot because they are going to come hard at you, anyways. So
Yeah,
that is another thing. And I see Australia has released their playing 11, and I see Hazelwood is back as well. So that means it is going to be a lot of threat, especially of the good length area. And you know Hazelwood how he bowls, how the ball
yeah,
zips off the seam. So all in all, India should bowl first, given the pitch conditions and the weather conditions,
yeah.
and then we should go for the chase.
Yeah, and to support your analysis, I would say I have some stats to back that up as well. Overall, 68 test matches have been played at the Gabba. So teams batting first have won 26, while teams batting second have won 27. So if you look at it from an overall perspective, it looks almost similar, pretty much like what we saw for Adelaide Test as well. But if you look at the last 10 years, 7 out of 10 test matches have been won by the team which is bowling first, rather batting second. So I think that, and even India, the one test match that India won in Gabba at the Gabba was when we chased, we bowled first. So I think definitely that is the way to go. Uh, we suggested this even for the Adelaide Test, but unfortunately India chose to bat first, and you know how things ended up. Wouldn't say that maybe that was the only thing why India lost, because we batted pretty poorly there. Again, that has to improve, right? That definitely has to improve. You have to bat better. You cannot say that okay, the ball is seaming around, so I cannot play well. Again, the time for excuses would be over if India again fails to bat well at the Gabba. And like talking about that, I have a bit of stats as well. Average score in first innings at the Gabba is 327. In the second innings, it is like 317. Although these numbers are a bit skewed because it's like
It is
throughout
the
the history,
overall data, maybe. Yeah.
overall data. Yeah,
Mm.
but as I mentioned, the last few years, teams bowling first have been doing well. So yeah, that would be I would also suggest. Again, from a strategy perspective, yeah, that's what should happen. And Yeah, I mean, what would you think? Like, obviously, seam bowlers would be better on the surface, right, compared to the spinners.
Yeah, spinners means you can they may come into play in the fourth or the fifth day, but in the first 3 days with the weather conditions and the pitch having a lot of moisture, I don't think
Mm,
spinners will have a big say in the proceedings.
mm,
So it will be all fast bowlers in the first 3 days of the play, and then the spinners will chip in. So that's why I was
mm,
saying yesterday as well, in the previous video as well, that we should give Ashwin another chance, given they have a
mm,
lot of left-handers, Travis Head and Squaja, and then again Alex Carey. So Ashwin should get another chance. He might come handy in the third or the fourth innings, depending
mm.
whether we bat or bowl first.
Yeah. Mm,
Also, I think this test match has to the onus is on Shubman Gill. For me, he is the player for from India to watch out for, because he was the one who was instrumental in that 2021 win. He took Stark apart in the over for 20 or something, and that actually
mm.
changed the momentum in favor of India in that game, if you remember. So
Yeah.
I think Shubman Gill is the man. At least I am expecting a lot from him in this game. I want him to score a big 100 here, possibly.
Yes.
And same for Yashasvi and Rishabh Pant as well. I
Yeah.
have very high hopes from these three players in for the batting department.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I also have high hopes from these guys. Also, I would like to see Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli as well to step up. Yeah, I mean these would be tough conditions for sure, but again, they are the legends that we have in our team, and I definitely hope that they come good as well. Talking about legends, there are legends on other side as well, aka Steve Smith. Steve Smith enjoys pretty much to bat at the Gabba. From the current
Yeah,
squad, he's the leading run scorer for Australia at the Gabba. Again, he's followed by Marnus Labuschagne. Both of them
yeah.
average
I'll
over
say
50.
some interesting things about Steve Smith at the Gabba. So Smith actually, the Smith as a batsman, he was introduced to the world at Gabba. If you remember the 2014 test against India, he comes out and he scores a century out of nowhere.
Oh,
And we
man.
thought that okay, he's a leg spinner. We thought that okay, I think he's a night watchman or
No.
something. Or what happened? But suddenly he ends up with some 700 runs in that series with four massive centuries, and that started at Gabba, his redefinition as a cricketer.
Mm,
And again, he had a big 100 at Gabba against England in the 2017 Ashes when he was the captain. He started the series with a bang with 100 at Gabba and they won the game. And he has 300s and 350s and averages close to 60. Actually, the average fell from 70 to 60 in the last three test matches where the teams didn't bat well. Means nobody batted well, so his average fell. He was 91 not out in that chase against West Indies as well. Just he
mm,
went off strike and Hazelwood got bowled in the last delivery of that Shamar Joseph over. Fiery spell from Shamar Joseph. All credits to him though. But Steve Smith enjoys a lot batting in Gabba. So we should be
yeah,
very wary of him because the bounce is high. So he might not be forced to play off the front foot as often, which has been his weakness in the past 3 4 years, if you see.
yeah. He can
If
hang back
he's
on the back foot and
back
you
foot
can
and he
just
can play on square of the wicket. So if he does that and he gets his mojo, you know we are in for a treat from a test match batting point of view, not from an
yeah,
Indian
not from an
fan
Indian
point
point
of
of
view.
view for sure,
Indian
for
fan
sure.
point of view.
And you know what? By talking about this, you have made me fear a bit more because considering that except Bumrah and to some extent Siraj, none of our bowlers are able to clock that 140 kind of a pace. So it will be difficult for us to trouble him as well. If we don't get him out early, like we have been doing till now, it's going to be a problem for us. Yeah, Steve Smith and Pat Cummins are the players I think from Australia's side who we have to watch out for, and from our side I think two batters, Gill and Pant, and of course from bowling front, Jasprit Bumrah. So that's that. And again, not to forget Travis Head. He has always been a thorn in our side, and that guy
Funny stat
averages.
about Travis Head. A funny stat
That day
about
average
Travis
is
that
50
Travis had got
at
three
Gabba.
consecutive ducks at Gabba batting in the last three innings.
Oh,
So
thank
not
God.
very sure what is happening, but
Bro,
the
even with that, he averages 50 at that venue, man. Come on.
yeah, because he scored a
So,
massive 100 in some test match back in the I think against England in the 21 series where
yeah.
he won the man
So
of the tournament, man of the
I,
series award.
I just hope that streak of bad scores continues for him at the Gabba. Another zero. Come on. That's what I'll be praying for. But yeah, yeah. So overall, just to sum it up, yeah, these were the threats. And talking about playing 11s, I think it's very straightforward for Australia. You already mentioned that they've declared the playing 11, same 11 as it was in the previous game. Just one change. Hazelwood comes back for Scott Boland. While for India, one predicted change that we have is Akash Deep is coming in for Harshit Rana, but we think Prasidh or sticking to Harshit Rana even would have been a better option. But yeah, let's see how it goes with Akash Deep. And another possible change is Washington Sundar could find his way back into the side in place of Ravi Ashwin. So that's
See,
probably
playing Washington Sundar is like you are just trying to strengthen the batting a lot more, right? From bowling perspective, I don't think if Ashwin can't get wickets on a surface, I don't think Washington Sundar will, given
yeah,
the experience and stature of Ashwin. So
yeah.
from batting perspective, also, if you see if the first seven can't do, I don't think the number eight can do a lot as well. Yeah,
But
he is a
again,
better batter for sure, but it's like expecting too much from him.
to his credit, Washi was brilliant the last time when we played at the
Yeah,
Gabba. He scored
correct.
65 with the bat and picked up crucial wickets. He picked up Steve Smith's wicket as well in the first innings of the Gabba Test. So will be interesting to see what happens and how we perform. Yeah, that's that. But one burning question before we close off our preview: Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. Where do you bat them?
I don't want to change the combination given the form.
Hmm.
I mean, I saw Rohit bat in Adelaide as well as in the New Zealand series. I don't want to put him against a swinging Mitchell Stark or a steaming Josh Hazelwood
Hmm.
at the Gabba. So you because you know what the result will be in 9 out of 10 cases. So I think
Yeah.
let's not disturb the combination. KL has been batting really well, and he has been a good partner to Yashasvi. He has been calm, composed, and left the balls outside off stump as well, very well. So
Yeah.
I don't see Rohit going back to the opening slot. And even if he goes, the chances of him get success is very thin, in my opinion, given the form he is in.
Yeah, I think that's the main part. The form is only the problem. Last time around, Rohit did decently. I mean, he at least blunted the new ball. I would say didn't score too many at the Gabba. He scored 26 odd in the second innings, but at least blunted the new ball. But I hope they stick to the same combination that they have from the previous test. Yes, KL Rahul should be the one to open. And let's say if KL Rahul sticks around, let's say Jaiswal and Rahul see off the new ball, and which means when Rohit Sharma will come in, it will be with a softer ball, and his intent and everything which Rohit has shown over the last few months, I think that will finally come good with the softer ball. And yeah, maybe Rohit can take away the test match from the Aussies towards us. So yeah,
See, Gabba has got very long square boundaries.
hmm.
It has
Pull
got
shot is
extremely long boundaries. So
you
you have to
you
be very smart when
yeah,
targeting. Even with the softer ball, you need to be very smart while playing that shot
you
because
have to be cautious about the pull
Pat
shot
Cummins have got him out on the short ball in,
so
I
many
mean,
times.
my memory only, I think, in the last IPL only got him out twice in both the games, SRH versus MI. He got him out on the short ball itself.
Even in the
But
last tour, I think we
once
got
on
him
fine
out.
leg, once at
Hmm,
fine leg, the other one was at square leg, playing the same
hmm,
pull shot. So
yeah,
Cummins knows how to get that thing, how to get that wicket. So
yeah.
we means okay, we are saying that he's probably the best batter of the pull shot, but he has
But
to be
he
very
also
careful
loses
with
his wicket so
the
many
size
times
of
to
the
that.
ground.
Yeah, yeah. Size of the ground, and also he has to be wary of, like, come on, if there is a fielder that just for that shot, be a bit more patient with that, I would say. But yeah, I mean, definitely he's a legend of the game, and I think he'll be able to control his instincts over there. So with that note, let's hope it turns out to be a positive game for India, as we already talked about it earlier, that this is probably going to be the decider of the series, because if India loses this one, the momentum will be completely gone. And yeah, and add to it, if Bumrah is cooked by the end of this test match, then we'll have problems at MCG and Sydney as well, because we, like, apart from Bumrah and Siraj, it doesn't look like we have too much of a threatening trio of bowlers. So yeah, a lot resides on how we manage Bumrah, and we hope that we win this test match and go on to Melbourne on a good note. So yeah, that's that. And so we hope you like this video. Please check out our other videos if you haven't already. And if you like our videos, hopefully you can share it to your friends, and consider subscribing to our channel as well. We'll try to bring more and more content as much as we can. That's a promise. We've been slightly inconsistent, like, because of our travel plans and everything. But yeah, we'll figure it out. So see you in the next video. Up until then, ciao.